Amazing Grace is another Percy's fast food toy story.
Amazing Grace is
another Percy's fast food toy story.
Yay! Amazing Grace is
another Percy's fast food toy story.
Yay!
Hello, what's up guys? My name is Percy and I'm the Guinness World Record holder for the largest collection of fast food toys. So I'm here once again to tell you another amazing and stupendous and awe-inspiring Percy's fast food toy story. And boy have I got a toy for you. Our toy for today is none other than dun, da, da, dun, da, 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 dun. Okay, so this is from the film Inside Out. It was actually a synergistic effort by Disney and Pixar. Okay, once again, this really magical tandem of Disney and Pixar are always coming up with wonderful films. It started off with you know, Toy Story, and back then it was actually Steve Jobs who I don't know, partly owns Pixar, and they have this you know, effort with Disney to come up with the Toy Story, and I just love it. The magical Midas touch of Steve Jobs, and the rest, as they say, is history. Even up until now, they're still producing a lot of films. These two gigantic companies, Disney and Pixar. Okay, so there you have it. We have the poster of Inside Out. We have the whole, basically the whole cast of emotions from Riley Anderson, the little girl from the film. So we have fear, we have joy, we have envy, green with envy, we have sadness and anger. So all of these emotions bottled up inside Riley Anderson. But on top of our tumbler, we have, of course, joy. Look at that. The film was released August 19 of 2015. It's actually indicated in this, at the bottom part of the tumbler. Now this is brought to us by Snack Time and SM Cinemas. I just love going to, you know, to the Snack Time, even if I don't necessarily have to go to the film, because sometimes it's a little bit expensive to watch the film in the SM Cinema. That's why I would just buy the merchandise, all the freebies that they're actually giving away, which are related to the current films that are being shown in the cinemas. And so basically this is one of them. This is Joy. Look at that. Isn't this awesome? Pretty awesome, huh? Look, now the inspiration for Joy is actually the star. See, especially for his position, she's positioned like that. She's like a star or a burst of possibility. And then some other artists also took inspiration from Tinkerbell. Do you see any resemblance between Joy and Tinkerbell? And other artists claim that it's actually Audrey Hepburn. Yeah. Breakfast and Tiffany or Sabrina. Yeah, because of the long limbs, she's very agile and she has the longest limbs from among the other emotions in Disney Pixar's Inside Out. Okay, so this is pretty awesome toy. Okay, I think we can actually remove it here. Should you want to display it like this or with a tumbler, of course. Either way, it's also good. Okay, so let's put this first here. Look at that, the whole guy. Oh, it's not standing. Okay, now as per the toy, look at her. She's in fact like a self-proclaimed leader. He sort of acted out as the leader of the group. She's very relentless, and then she feels that she's the only reason why Riley Anderson is actually happy, and she really puts it upon herself. She made a vow that she would make Riley happy no matter what it takes. That is why in the earlier scenes of the film, she sort of looks down on sadness, because this is probably the reason why she claims that it was actually sadness who sort of brings about this immense sadness, which is something that Joy doesn't want. But in the course of the story, especially when they were trapped together with Bing Bong, the elephant. Ping pong, was it? Okay, so they were there. She made a realization that for Riley to actually attain true happiness is for her to be able to be in touch with her emotion, not to suppress them, not to actually hide them away or to evade them as much as possible, but in every given circumstances, she should allow herself to acknowledge the emotion that she is currently feeling. Like, for example, if she's sad, she has to acknowledge that and to be able to learn from it, to be able to identify herself through that experience, through that emotion. And that is basically the key to actually attaining for Riley the ultimate happiness, not bombarding her constantly with joy and happiness and all those fun things and positivity, because life is not always like that. So whenever there is an emotion that arises, whether it be sadness or anger or envy or fear, it must actually be embraced, it must actually be acknowledged for her to be able to learn about her true self and thereby attaining true happiness. Okay, and I suppose that goes for everyone else, for all of us, to be able. They're always saying that they have the steps to actually healing from really sad experience. First, you have to acknowledge it, to embrace it, and then and eventually you will surpass it. I'm not exactly sure, but there is a point that you have to really acknowledge it, and not to deny yourself as if it didn't happen, but instead you have to acknowledge it, you have to embrace the whole experience, to grieve if you must, and then be able to hurdle that situation eventually. And when you're actually able to laugh through it all, especially when you're talking about that experience, that is the clearest indication that you have already healed from that experience of sadness. Okay, so this is the toy. I see the resemblance with Tinkerbell and Audrey Hepburn. I could just imagine Audrey Hepburn having those steps as inspiration for this particular toy. She's wearing a yellow dress, which is basically, like I said, a star or a burst of positivity. Okay, so that is it. Now, since this is now officially a part of my Percy's Fast Food toy collection, I am definitely going to sign it to make her officially a part of my Percy's Fast Food toy collection. And there it is. And then I'm going to sign this also. The tumbler, look at that, this is pretty awesome. And then we can simply put the Joy here and then the rest of the gang there from inside out. Now I've got to say, this are just an amazing grace. So once again guys, let's try to be thankful to God for all the amazing grace that come into our lives, be it in the form of a Joy figurine and this tumbler from inside out, courtesy of Snack Time at SM Cinemas, brought to us by Pixar and Disney way back in 2015. What an awesome toy, and definitely a great addition to my Percy's Fast Food toy story. Or basically guys, let's be thankful to God for every amazing grace, be they small or big, be they seemingly insignificant or the truly dependable ones, or just about every amazing grace that make our lives a lot more happy and jolly. And I thank you guys for always tuning in to Percy's Fast Food Toy Story. Thank you to the new subscribers. Please tell your friends to also subscribe to Percy's Fast Food Toy Story, because we still have a lot more Percy's Fast Food Toy Stories up my sleeves. Okay, so until the next one, bye bye for now, and I hope to see you again here on this channel. Okay, bye. Toodles. Here's Joy. Yeah.